Dear friends, Namaste. This is Dr. Sameer Nandan, general physician and an expert in diabetes. All of us know today there is no dearth of hospitals or doctors or tablets or investigations, but the result is in total contrary to what is expected. Various illnesses and diseases are only increasing with all the existing facilities. Why is it so? This is because we have forgotten our basics. If a plant is drying up, we need to water the roots, not wet the leaves. But unfortunately, today everyone is busy wetting the leaves. In today's video, I am going to explain to you 12 wonderful ancient Indian health tips in the language of Sanskrit, mentioned in various Ayurvedic or yogic texts. By applying these principles in our day-to-day life, we are sure to come out of most of our health problems. Dear friends, I hope you have been following my health videos. Keep watching them, keep sharing the good content, and do subscribe to my channel because I dream of a much healthier society and I'm sure you also have the same dream. Rule number 1. Ajirnam bhojanam visham ajirnam bheshajam vari. This means when you are suffering from indigestion, do not consume food. If you can still feel stomach in your food or if your tummy feels heavy, never ever take food in that state. Secondly, for those suffering from indigestion, plain pure drinking water is a wonderful treatment. Rule number 2. Ardha roga hari nitra. This means sleep is a cure for half of our diseases. If one can get a proper sleep of around 4 to 8 hours, one is assured of wonderful health. But unfortunately, the problem these days is many people cannot fall asleep and many people are resorting to the sleeping pills. What I suggest rather is avoid caffeinated products like tea, coffee and cold drinks at least 4 hours or 6 hours before sleep. Avoid looking at the mobile or the television LED screens at least 1 hour before sleep, and do practice deep breathing for 10 minutes before breakfast and also before dinner. After practicing deep breathing, sit silently for 10 minutes and enjoy your own company. This assuredly gives you wonderful sleep. Rule number 3. Na vaidyaha prabhurayushaha. This means a doctor is not in charge of your longevity or health span. What does it mean? People are of belief that they can live longer and healthier when they go to the doctor. It may be possible in a few cases, but this sutra tells us that it is not in doctor's hand to increase one's lifespan. Then who is in charge of this? We ourselves. When we try to implement 1 or 2 of these health sutras in our daily life, we are sure to increase our longevity and live a happy and healthy life. Rule number 4. Chinta vyadhi prakasaya. This means worry is the root cause of all our illnesses. Worry magnifies our problem, increases the intensity of our disease. Unfortunately, almost all of us are into the bad habit of worrying too much for minor or major problems in life. And how do we come out of this habit of worrying? It is by realizing a simple and powerful truth. And the truth is, all we require in life are only 3 things: air to breathe, food to eat, and clothing to cover ourselves. If we happen to have these 3 things, then be happy. You really need to worry only if you don't have any of these 3 items. It is mostly because of the baggage of our desires that we are worrying too much. Let us try to live a very simple life, minimize our needs, and the worrying habit will also slowly disappear. Rule number 5. Ajavat charvanam kuryat. This funny rule states that we should chew our food like a goat. Have you ever observed a goat? A goat chews very leisurely. It chews repeatedly. We are supposed to imitate that. Any morsel of food that we put in our mouth, we must chew for at least 20 to 36 times. The food should turn liquid by the time we swallow. Because the enzyme amylase in our saliva is a powerful digestive enzyme. Half the process of digestion can be finished within our mouth itself, and the remaining half of the process will take place in the stomach. If we are in a hurry, if we are not giving enough time to chew, and if we are gobbling up our meal in 5 or 10 minutes, that won't help us. Ideally, we should have our meal for at least 20 minutes. It doesn't mean we have to eat so much. It only means we have to eat slowly and chew well. Rule number 6. Snana nama mana prasadanakaram dusvapna vidhamsanam. This means bath has a potential to give you peace of mind, and also it helps you avoid bad dreams or nightmares, or in other words, it will induce proper sleep. Why is it so? It is because water is one among the 5 great elements. We call them Pancha Mahabhutas, and all these 5 great elements are nothing but a part of God. So whenever we pour water on ourselves, it is like we are putting ourselves under the direct shower of grace from the God. Therefore, whenever we are tensed, whenever we are worrying too much, whenever we require peace of mind, the sutra states that we should take a nice bath. And also, those who are suffering from insomnia or lack of sleep, if they take a bath before sleep, that gives them a better quality of sleep. Rule number 7. Nasnanam acharet bhuktva. This means one should never take a bath after eating food. After we consume food, the digestive acids will be active in the stomach, and they require a certain heat in the body. And if we are taking bath at that time, the process of digestion will be impaired. If digestion is impaired, the whole body metabolism will be derailed. Therefore, ideally we should take bath before eating food, or if we happen to finish our food already, we should wait for at least 3 hours before we can take a bath. Rule number 8. Sarvatra nutanam shastam sevakanne puratanam. This broadly means there should be newness or freshness in whatever we eat or whatever we do. We should not consume the leftover food. We should cook our food afresh for each meal and finish it there and then itself. We should not bring it forward. And we should also reduce the consumption of all those packaged and stored food. Also, the sutra states that there should be freshness in work. We may not be able to change our work or duty or responsibility, but we can change our approach to our work. We should try to find out new means of keeping ourselves fresh and active and dynamic in our work. Rule number 9. Nityam sarvarasabhyasaha. This rule states that we should include all the 6 different tastes of food in our meal. We have different tastes such as sweet, sour, bitter, astringent, and so on. Most of us like only the sweet, sour, salty, or the hot items, but we rarely consume bitter items. But the rule states that we must also include bitter items in our food. For example, the bitter gourd or karela in Hindi. One must have this bitter gourd at least once a week, or ideally once a day. You may have heard about Mahatma Gandhi. He used to have one complete morsel of crushed neem leaf paste, and he didn't swallow it in one go. He mixed it up in rice and used to enjoy each morsel in a detailed and leisurely manner. Rule number 10. Jathare puraye daddham annahi. That means we should only fill half our stomach with solids, 1/4 of our stomach with liquids, and leave the other 1/4 empty. And how do we calculate it? We should eat only half of our capacity. For example, if you are used to taking 4 idlis, just stay content with 2. And if you are used to taking 3 chapatis, be content with 2. And have a little liquid in your diet every time, for every meal. It could be rasam, sambar, buttermilk, curd, or whatever. And 1/4 of the stomach should be kept really empty. By the time you finish your food, by the time you get up, you should feel really light and springy. You should not be feeling like, oh my god, I had my meal, now I have to lie down. No. Rule number 11. Chinta jaranam manushyanam. This means worry is again the root cause of bringing early old age. In other words, you become prematurely old by the habit of worrying. It is a common observation these days that by the time you reach 20, your hair is already graying. By the time you are 30, you already have wrinkles on skin. And by the time you are 40, your knee joint is gone. Why is it so? Lot of this is attributable to the habit of worrying. And how to stop worrying? I made a separate video on worry and anxiety or tension that is made in Telugu, but I have provided with English subtitles. I am providing the link below in the description box. Please go through it at leisure and do implement what I said in the video. And the last rule, rule number 12, Chetam vihaya bhoktavyam. This means you should postpone 100 different tasks to finish your meal on time. But we do the reverse. We postpone our meal and attend to the work at hand. No. The rule asks us to postpone anything and everything. Meal cannot wait. So, always try to have proper fixed timing for your meal, be it lunch or dinner or breakfast. That goes a long way in safeguarding your health. So friends, today you have learned 12 golden rules from our ancient Indian wisdom. Implement all of these or at least one of these and don't stop there. After following these rules for a week or so, you are sure to find some miraculous positive change in your health. And please share your experience in the comment section below, because the readers and other people will benefit from your experience. Thanks for watching. Keep sharing my videos. Take care. Namaste.